Have a look up through those trees. That is what Moreton should be like. Blue sky, not a cloud in sight. We're off on an adventure. Went west yesterday. That was a bit slow going with all the creek crossings, so we're cutting across, going up the eastern side. Hopefully the tide's low enough that we can get a good run up into the north. I don't think it's too far up, and we'll duck in and have a look at Blue Lagoon, which will probably be a brown mess after all the rain. Lighthouse, I think everyone's keen to have a geezer at the view from there. Kids want to swim at Champagne Pools. Let's hope there's a beach there.
How are you today, Miss Seven?
Good.
Good.
And me.
And Mila.
I've been playing my coconut. Listen at
Okay.
Gabby Gab.
Awesome.
For anyone staying at Tangalooma, you head north up the eastern beach about 2 kilometres, just past where the barge lands, and you got the track that heads from one side to the other. It's a one-way road, so you don't have to worry about cars coming the other way. You just cross over, get onto the beach.
Look, I got some good sand.
The only thing blue about this lagoon today is that. She brown.
Well, we made it to Blue Lagoon.
It's green.
And it's, how cold is it?
Not very cold.
It's freezing.
It's freezing cold.
We're going up to see the lighthouse, guys.
Woo.
Woo.
The northernmost point of the island. Got to walk up this short walk. I think there's a bit of a museum in the information centre. We're having a look through the Moreton Information Centre at the lighthouse, which tells you all about the island, the history, the animals, a little bit of everything. Other than the Aboriginal people, Captain Cook was the first one to write about the island. Captain Cook wrote about it on the 16th of May 1770. You can follow it all the way around until we get to 2004, when the lighthouse was listed on the Heritage Register. How many people you reckon get engaged here?
A lot. Why?
Should we reenact it?
It's on.
Pee-wee, can you get down on one knee?
I think that won't down.
Too hot.
Yeah, what's
What
that?
if we reenact it with this? And we say,
Mine.
not yours.
Is that mine?
And we say, Mummy, will you join our little family?
This is my family.
Yeah. Thank you.
This is mine.
Mummy and Daddy got engaged. Finally.
24.
You cheeky little shit.
Did you suspect it?
No.
Alright, we finished the little walk up to the lighthouse. It's not too far from the car park. We were hoping to see a whale out here today, but I haven't seen any whales. But this is where you'd watch them from. This is where they hunted them. Anyway, we're up pretty high, got a good view back down the island. Bit of a rock in the way there. Oh, here's the newly engaged Jessica.
Hello. Do you like my ring?
And this is where hundreds of years ago they built a lighthouse. So in 1857, when they built it, it was made up of 21 lamps.
Where? Oh.
in a 16-sided iron lantern. Someone had to light 21 lamps a night. Oil wick lamps replaced them in 73. Schoolroom was built in 1879. So in 1937 it converted to electric DC operation, and they painted the bands on the exterior. So those red bands you can see up there for easier sighting were painted in 1942. In 93 it became solar power and fully automated. So it wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't even that long ago that it changed to current power and had a view of 27 nautical miles. I used to live in these buildings. I'm sure they've been upkept a bit because that one's got a new roof on it, and I wouldn't have had poly water tanks. But she is a specky spot. You have to come up and have a look. So Thomas Griffin was the original lighthouse keeper. Unfortunately, he lost a bit of family. His wife died at 37. His young son died. And then he left after that. So that's the lighthouse done and dusted.
A very special place.
Worth the walk.
Definitely worth the walk.
Truthfully, I only stopped here to ask the Sheila to marry me. I have been here before. Good views. Nice day for it. It's time to go down to the beach for a swim.
Yes.
Because it is getting hot. Do you want to go swimming, Mila?
Yeah.
You got to look at the camera.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of water hanging around after all the rain we've had over the last few days. So far we haven't had any real deep puddles, but these are the pretty common tracks, so I wouldn't expect them to be too deep. This North Point has pretty much everything close together. Lighthouse to the other side in no time at all. Bit of swampland on the way out. Wasn't expecting that. Everything's a short walk from the northern beach where you park up the end near Champagne Pools. You cross over this little track, which is not too far at all, down to Honeymoon Bay. Probably a bit too much swell coming through to swim there today, but it'd be an awesome little spot. We got the North Point Beacon Tower here, which somehow they use and correspond to the lighthouse up in the distance there. You just got this nice rocky peak here. It'd be cool to be able to walk up the top of that. If you can, I'm too unfit and will probably pass out halfway up. But hats off to you if you've got up to the top, because that would be an epic view. Got the little beacon tower behind me, looking down at Champagne Pools. We go back up the northern beach that way to the western side of the island, turning around past Champagne, out over the ocean. There's a huge reef break out there. Tell everyone where we are.
We're at Champagne Pool, and this one's the warmest one.
This little pool here is warm and not much splashing. And Mum's in the traipsing through the middle one, and the other one looks a bit deadly today. Big waves crashing over.
Daddy, feel the water. It's so warm.
Yeah, I can see it's a bit stagnant.
I was much happier in the fresh stuff.
Alright, in the spirit of seeing what the North End has to offer, I've traipsed up the hill to 5 Hills Lookout. I think it's called 5 Hills because there's 5 hills that run along this beachfront and we're up the top of the 3rd one. We'll do a pan around. Way in the distance up there is the lighthouse. Pan around this way, you've got the Western Beach that we drove up this morning, looking over this huge valley. Bit of a swamp down there. Panning around again to the Eastern Beach. And then you're looking down through the Northern Beach and the big swamp that runs along through the back of it. Now at the moment, I'm guessing due to all the rain, just up along the Northern Beach is a rather large run out of water. We did see some cars go through it, but it was a little bit too deep for what I'd be happy with crossing. So we've backtracked, which is how we found this lookout. Which is pretty much, you pull over on the side of the track on the way from North Beach through the inland road to Bulwer, and then maybe a 200-metre walk up to the top of the hill. Kids are asleep in the car, so Jess is down there waiting with them with the aircon on. I just thought I'd come up and have a gaze at us, so we've ticked it off the list. You can see the track in the distance working its way up through the mountains. I'm guessing that's where we're going to end up heading. We decided to go for a walk down the beach to watch the dolphin feeding, as per Peyton's request. So from our unit at this end, she's a stroll down to the lights at this end to watch some dolphins get fed.
We've had the same pod, the same family coming and going for over 30 years now. We've seen some incredible things over the years, and unfortunately we've seen firsthand what we can do to our ocean with human impact.
What do you think of being able to walk down and look at the dolphins being fed, Pee-wee?
I liked that the pelican tried to keep trying to eat the fish.
That cheeky pelican was trying to steal the fish tonight. Did you like seeing the dolphins up close? They were right underneath you at one stage. Where's that trawler going?
There.
Yeah, where's it going?
It's going nowhere.
You just told me. Where's it going?
Fishing.
Fishing.
Good job.
Except you told me it was going to Wisbon.
Yeah.
Wisbon? What goes to Wisbon?
A white boat.
A white boat.
Yeah, with a shell on it.
The ferry.
No, the shell.
Shell?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Papa on it. And Savannah and Archie and Nene.
They were on it yesterday.
Yeah.
And they went back to Wisbon.
And they're going back to Brisbane.
You know
and
what's...
that's my cousin Savannah.
You know it's called Brisbane?
Yeah.
Okay.